So I just wanted to share this with you all. I feel like I have come to a very critical point in my life. 37, almost 40. What? Um, so I have gotten to this place where I'm really reflecting on my life. And I've always been a very introspective person, always thinking. But now I'm at that critical place of like, oh my gosh, I'm almost 40 and my life looks nothing like what I thought it should look like. And if you're anything like me, you may have been chasing your entire life this idea of who you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to have. And I don't know about you, but for me, my idea has never really been a tangible one. It's always been somewhere far out there, somewhere, but it's always been unattainable. There's always been like, I just can't quite get to it. And as you can see behind me, I have my dad watching over me. For those of you who don't know, my dad is Bernie Mac. I always say is because I just can't bring myself to say was, because I'm of the belief that just because the physical dies doesn't mean the spirit dies. So he is my dad no matter what. And I always tell people, one of the things that I loved and admired most about my dad was his confidence. He knew his purpose from such a young age, and I so admire that about him, because I'm still kind of teetering on that point of like, what is my purpose? And he knew he was funny. Like, he would have dared you to try to tell him he wasn't funny and he wasn't going to make things happen in his life. And I so admire that about him. And for me, that's a trait I've never had. I won't say that. It's just always been buried really, really, really deep down. And I've never realized it was there. And I've always admired that about him. I always looked at him and thought, gee, I wish I could be like that. I wish I could. And the thing that I'm realizing today is that I can. I absolutely can. Like, that's my dad. And everything that was in him is in me. And it has been a long time coming, should I say, for me to really recognize that. I'm someone who has spent an exorbitant amount of time looking to other people for approval. I looked to my dad my entire life for his approval. And because I didn't approve of myself, I wasn't able to recognize that I'd had his approval from the moment I was born. I've looked to boyfriends, my ex-husband, my mother, friends. And the thing about it is, at some point, they've all failed to show me what it was I was looking for. And the reason why is because I wasn't seeing it in myself. So now that I'm at this place in my life where there are things I really want to happen, like I recognize, no, my life doesn't quite look like what I would have thought it would look like at this point. But the good news is, it can look the way I want it to. I have some say in what my life gets to look like. But the question that I've had to ask myself is, how would my life be different if I knew I was beautiful, if I knew I was smart, if I knew I was talented, if I knew I was great? What would my life look like then? And while, I won't say wasted, but I've allowed 37 years to pass without recognizing that. Well, now I've got a whole slew of years ahead of me to really walk into that, knowing how great I am, how talented I am, how wonderful I am. I can own it. I always think about, like, I'm sure I'm not alone. Oprah, Lady O. She's just such a magnificent woman. And one of the things that I'm always impressed by whenever she speaks is that she says she's always known she was meant for greatness. She's always known that. Wow. How amazing is that? But what makes it so amazing is she's not the only one meant for greatness. We are all meant for greatness in some type of form. I'm not saying I have to reach Lady O status. I don't. But I can be great in my realm, in my space, in whatever it is I'm meant to be, and whatever I'm meant to do. And so can you. And so I just have to keep asking myself, Janice, what would your life look like? What will it look like when you realize that you are great, that you are funny, that you are smart? You know, Allah the help. You is smart, you is kind, you is important. Like, what would your life look like if you really knew it with every fiber of your being? It was just an unshakable faith in you that you knew just how great you are. And I'm really, it's still taking me a little time. I'm playing catch up on it, but it's like playing double dutch. Like I'm jumping. I'm waiting to get in the jump line. I'm waiting to get there. But while I wait, I can just keep reminding myself of it every single day, every single moment. I am great. I am beautiful. I am smart. I am meant for greatness. And so I know in recognizing those things, I'm on my way to doing exactly what my dad did, fulfilling my purpose, walking confidently, boldly into my future. Even if I'm unsure what's to come next, because I'm sure if he were alive today and I could really sit down and ask him, Dad, did you know? I'm sure he'd be honest and tell me, I knew it was coming. I just didn't know it would be like this. And that's all of us. I'm learning to let go of needing it to look a certain way. And I'm learning to just be present in the moment and sit right now with, I am great. I am smart. I am beautiful. So, what would your life look like if you knew those things about you? Because it's absolutely true. All of it is true. You are great. You are smart. You are beautiful. And so, I'm going to keep reminding myself of that. I hope you'll keep reminding yourself as well. And let's see what we can come up with. Bye.